Say hello.
Cool.
Hello.
Little friend.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So when last or who wants to give us a recap of what
I can.
happened last time?
I can do it. I took some notes.
All right.
I can help.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, help me. The Rovell fight continued. Let's see. Stokes started with casting Otto's Irresistible Dance. Rovell likes the Arcane Burst. He used that quite often. I, used my battle axe. Did damage, pretty good damage over the course of the fight.
Let me
At
slow
one,
you down for a sec. I don't mean to step on any toes.
you what?
I don't mean to step on your toes. Let me interject one or two quick things.
Oh, hold on. Before you do that, I just wanted to. Rovell quaffed a potion for 22 health very early on.
Hey, Gar, don't just let him step on your toes. Tell him if he doesn't back off, he's gonna get popped in the chops.
Yeah, you're gonna taste
Well,
the south end of the north side of the battle axe.
I assume he has something good to interject.
I mean, what happens when you assume, Hagar?
Yeah.
Torka says something.
Okay,
dumb.
go ahead, Hindo.
No. I'll no finish.
No, please do.
Well, I was just gonna say that at the start of the fight, when Rovell showed up, he was a very different Rovell. He was, suspended in the air, looking like, to me, Ursula from The Little Mermaid, just covered with tentacles and necrotic power.
You poor
And-
unfortunate soul.
Exactly. And right out of the gate, well, let's just say Stokel wasn't quite himself, and made a gaffe or two and found himself quite dead and dying within,
Okay. Point of
5 seconds.
parliamentary procedure. You cannot both be dead and dying.
Well, he was close to it. So then,
Hey, this is fantasy.
yeah. So I will now shut my mouth and concede the floor back to Loomis. I'm sorry. I just wanted to
Okay,
make
all right.
sure
Yeah, that's
everyone knew
that's a
that.
good point. He definitely was possessed of some sort of magic that was helping him. Dark necrotic energy. So there was some finger of death from Soren. There were some conjure animals with a couple of giant eagles. They got killed pretty quickly by another arcane burst.
The way you say it, you make it sound like a party at Larry Flint's house. There's something dirty about the way you say
The
it.
arcane burst.
Yeah, the fingering of
Well,
the death.
yeah.
All
There
right,
was
all right, clean up, you animals.
okay.
We're being broadcast.
There was a
That sounds
dispel
dirty.
magic on Rovell's fly. Did that work?
No.
Okay. There was some shock and grasp going on. Hindo did some misty step with Torka above Rovell. Little vicious war pick.
It was kind of cool.
Smite.
Oh, the death from above.
Yeah,
I
it was
did like a
it was
Nightcrawler Bamf thing.
a heroic move. Let's see. Then Torka falls 60 feet. The epic move. Cold cast hideous laughter. Rovell does another arcane burst. We all take 27 necrotic. There's a shock and grasp, some more finger of death, and then Soren kills Rovell. And the Rovell explodes when necrotic energy in his body is consumed.
He's just Lord Roville. He's not the Roville.
The Rovell?
You make it
I don't
sound
know.
like he's some kind of supernatural creature, like the Kurgan. You know, the Roville. He's just
The
Lord
Kurgan.
Roville.
Well, he did.
All right, I have
It's-
something to add.
All right.
Okay. That's all I have.
So, early in the fight, all of us were basically dead.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I even wrote that down and just skipped over that.
And Soren Lorenzen decided to cast a special spell.
Yeah, the wish to restore us
Oh
all.
yeah.
Gosh darn it, that's the most important
And it-
part.
Unfortunately, he
Yeah.
had not read the fine print on Wish.
Yeah. He was
Yeah,
hoping
I
to
would-
save the spell for other reasons, but he did save the entire party. This party was a wipe.
He
I
did come in
believe-
clutch.
Yeah,
Is that a
I
spell
would
that
do
he
it
never?
all over again.
And you can never
No.
use that again, right?
Nope.
like he has a 1 in 3 chance of never using it again, and he rolled a 31 or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it happens.
And he had a very different plan for that spell, but it was a total party wipe.
It was about to be. Yep.
I don't know that it was that close. That it was that close. I think it could have been.
Weren't
It could
3
have
of
been.
us dead and dying?
You weren't all dead and dying.
3 of us were.
Cole was.
I thought Torka was too.
I had like 5 hit points left or something like
Loomis
that.
was still there. Loomis always has a stupid high amount of hit points. It's ridiculous.
I think I had 6. I think Christopher had 5, and I think Cole was dead and dying. And it was like
Yeah,
Roville's turn to do another big burst of necrotic.
Yeah, I mean he was about to
Poop.
put some people down probably, but I don't know for sure that it would have been a party wipe. I think maybe at least 1 or 2 of you might have lived. Probably
Well,
Loomis would
if
have lived.
well, Loomis would have probably lived, but he wouldn't live for long because he wouldn't be able to fly after I'd be.
Oh yeah, as
rendered
soon as you're
unconscious.
dead, he would have dropped 60 feet. He would have taken 66 damage and probably still had a shitload of hit points left.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be able to do anything to Roville because Lord Roville was up in the air.
Oh yeah, no,
You know,
Lord
so
Roville could have just sat there and peppered him from above all day.
Yeah, exactly.
Impending
Yeah, so
doom!
impending doom. So yeah, we were. It was a desperate time called for desperate measures.
Well, you were clearly the hero of the fight. I mean, it's a tie between you and Loomis, because Loomis just was up there man-mashing Lord Roville the whole time. But
And it was glorious.
between your
It was
super
glorious.
heal and your fingering of death, yeah. And
Well,
then
you guys did a good job of keeping aggro off the tank, which is kind of funny, but okay.
well, all I did was kill the bard once or twice, and Torka just ran around like a goofball, like, let me wake up the bard.
Well, I mean, in that situation, the warrior, that or the fighter that uses action surge and does his, 6 attacks in 1 round, actually is not the greatest threat at that moment. Which
Oh, I see that. Sure.
yeah,
Sure.
I mean he's doing a shit ton of damage, but when you've got Chris Head and Stokel, and I said Chris Head specifically, not Soren.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
There's way more dire threats out there,
Good point.
Yeah.
and so sometimes you gotta get in the backfield.
Oof.
Well, I believe we ended with Torka flopping around on his back, 60 feet on the ground.
But he
And,
did do a good death from above though. That was nice.
It looked good, and now we got to search the mansion.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Torka, you appeared above Lord Roville and then immediately fell 60 feet down to the courtyard.
I did get a war pick in him.
You did get an attack off. So now it's Loomis, who's 60 feet up in the air, Soren, who's 60 feet up in the air, Torka, who's flailing around on his back, and Cole, who's sitting on the balcony, probably having legitimate questions. Let me.
You did become eagle, or no? You just cast eagles.
Let me take us out of initiative. All right. So you have the body, or I take that back. You do not have the body of Lord Roville because Lord Roville's body, upon the Finger of Death spell, turned into a zombie, which then exploded with necrotic energy, sending necrotic energy everywhere. He plumped when he cooked. So there's bits of Roville now all over Soren, Torka, and Loomis. Bits of him all fallen down here on the courtyard by this statue.
We're still not on that map.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. There you go.
Sweet.
And Torka, you notice that a pouch that he was wearing managed to survive the blast, and is laying now there down in the courtyard, not too far from you. You are currently prone. Would you like to stand up and use half your movement, or would you like to just crawl over to it like a bitch? What would you like to do?
Yeah. How far is it?
It's just out of arm's reach.
I mean, I'm feeling like Torka at this point's kind of like more of a roll over to one side, groaning, mumbling, spitting some blood, and just kind of like crawls over to it like a bitch.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you find a pouch, and the pouch does feel it's more like a merce.
Hmm.
More like a
I'd
man
expect
purse.
nothing less
Oh,
from
Uh,
Lord
even
Wilbur.
worse now.
and it is of a fine leather.
I think I'm gonna kind of, if allowed, kind of like roll up onto my butt to where I'm sitting, and I'm gonna just start digging through the merce.
Now, technically, when a turtle is on its back, it's very hard for the turtle to turn over,
Hmm.
especially when the turtle only has 6 hit points. Why
It's
don't
also hard
Why don't
for.
you
Okay,
uh,
go.
Why don't you make me an athletics check?
Okay. I was gonna say it's also hard for a turtle to bamf 60 feet into the air, and
All right, so yeah, with a 13, you do succeed. You struggle a little bit. I mean,
do they laugh at me?
I mean
Do they snicker?
that's up to them whether or not your friends laugh at you. I would hope not after the prowess that you just displayed. But you do manage to kind of right yourself, and you've got the pouch in your hand, and you kind of rest up against this statue right here.
Okay.
You are bleeding profusely out of many wounds. But it's not like you don't feel like you're in danger of losing your life. Well, I take that back. You would if something else attacked y'all. But you feel you don't feel like you're bleeding to death, but you're definitely bleeding.
I guess I feel like I'm not in imminent danger.
And every breath you take, there's a sharp pain in the side of your chest. So you guess that you've probably bruised some ribs as well.
Okay.
So you are now upright. What would you like to do?
I want to dig in this merce.
So you open this merce, which you can feel. It feels like there's something harder and heavier wrapped up in something large and soft.
Oh my god. Okay.
So
I'm
You,
going to put down my childhood humor, and I'm going
yes,
to try and unwrap the large.
please grow the fuck up as a free action.
I'm
And
going to unwrap the large hard thing from the soft thing.
all right, so you open up the pouch. Immediately, you see a cloak that is as black as night.
And it's like a full size,
It
full.
it is covered in what feels like very tiny hairs. Why don't you make a nature check for me, Torka?
Okay. I also, well, I'll start with your nature check, sir. Nature. Yeah, this won't be good. Better not thought.
You would guess that the small hairs that adorn this cape, the fur side of this cape, you would at first guess you would think it's bat fur.
Okay.
So you can definitely tell that there is something heavier, and there's more perhaps inside this cloak, this finely made cloak of bat fur.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of pull as I recognize or at least believe that it's made of bat fur. I continue to pull it out of the merce and fish around and see what's inside. Further inside. I know there's something heavier.
There's nothing else inside the Merce, but there's definitely something wrapped up in the cloak.
Okay, I'm gonna try and like unfurl the cloak or just like
You
um,
find, so yeah, you open up the cloak. It's folded. It's very neatly folded. You open up the cloak. You find a pair of bracers and a wand. The bracers have, oh, depictions of peregrine falcons diving.
okay, and they're metal.
They are made of metal. They look to be made of silver or platinum. You would guess probably silver, because making something like this out of platinum just not wouldn't be feasible. Be too expensive.
So it's a pair of silver bracers with eagles on them.
Not eagles, peregrine falcons.
Falcons. I'm sorry.
Specifically peregrine falcons. Who knows why peregrine falcons
They're the
are what
fastest
they're named
ever.
for? They have the fastest diving speed of any bird of prey.
Yep.
They can reach speeds over 200 miles an hour.
Yep.
In fact,
Think-
if they hit things, they'll die. They die a lot of the time if they can't correct themselves as
If
they
they can't
approach
pull
the
up
prey.
and hit them with their
Yeah.
I think also the highest flying bird too.
Maybe. Also, there is a long wand, and the wand has musical notes all over it.
Torka's like just breathing this, just taking this all in. Torka's already deciding who should get what.
Well, you haven't even really identified them yet.
Yeah, but yeah, fair.
All right, Cole, you leave the cooling body of General Vemerov behind in what's left of that bedroom, where General Vemerov and Lord Roville once shared their love. You look down from the balcony and see your friends, or see your friend Torka down in the courtyard. Torka looks horrible, and then Soren flies past you back inside. Loomis is still just over there floating up in the air. Torka, do you announce to your
Okay.
friends that you found things?
Yeah, I do. I kind of saw Soren's gone, but I kind of look over at Stokel and I'm just waving stuff around, and I look up at Loomis and I'm like, "Get down here!"
I fly down there.
And I say something to the effect of, "We're probably going to need Soren to tell us what this crap does." Although I think this might have your name on it, Stokel, and I hand him the wand that's got musical notes all over it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll study it, but I don't have any kind of identify spell. So
Yeah.
I'll see if I can tell. See if I can tell what it does.
Give me an Arcana check, Cole.
Right. That is something I'm good at.
Ooh, with a 22. You cannot be for sure, but you think you may have heard of something like this before. You think that this could possibly be... Hang on here just a moment. I have to pull up the description of this thing. You think this could be what is called a wand of conducting. And you've heard about this before from older bards that you've known before. And you know that from the way you've heard other bards speak of such things. While holding it, you can, as an action, expend one charge and create orchestral music by waving it around. And this music can be heard out to 120 feet and ends when you stop waving the wand.
Okay.
If you actually look in the
Does that have any effect
in
other
the
than the
compendium,
music?
no.
Yeah, look in the compendium.
If you look in the
Interesting.
compendium for the wand of conducting, it's in there.
Okay.
And so it starts off with 3 charges. The wand regains
Mhm.
all expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the wand's last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, a sad tuba sound plays as the wand crumbles to dust and is destroyed. Bum, 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 bum.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, if that is what this is that I've heard of before, I'll have to come up with some novel use for it.
Did you just drop down 30 feet into the courtyard? Off the balcony? Yeah.
Maybe there were these stair-looking things, and I tried to take the stairs.
Oh no, those aren't stairs.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
wait, no, hang on. Yeah, that fair point. Yeah, we'll say those are. We'll say it's a ladder that you can climb.
Okay.
Because it looks too narrow to be stairs. So we'll say it's a ladder. So
Step ladder.
that you
Phew.
climb down. Yeah.
That was a close one.
See him sliding down the ship ladder.
Now the other 2 items, Cole, I'll give you a freebie, and you can tell that they do have some sort of magic coming off of them. But you're not a mage. You can't identify these things.
Mhm. Okay.
You're not a
Just
learned
the bracers
scholar.
and the bracers and what else?
And a cloak.
A cloak.
A
That's
cloak that appears to be made out of bat fur.
right. Mhm.
So as I'm sitting here, I'm gonna say, is Soren already pilfering spoons and?
I don't know. We haven't heard
Flings.
from Soren. I'm assuming he's already opening up General Vemirov's mouth and looking for silver or gold or copper.
There's gold in this there gums.
Oh my God! Speaking, I thought about you this week, Chris Head.
Oh my god.
I guess technically over the weekend. So I watched a show on HBO Max called The Mortician.
Interesting.
It is a documentary about this dude that ran the crematorium for his family's mortuary business, and he was up to some bullshit.
Oh my god.
And so what he was doing, what he was doing was, everyone say hello to hey_it's Lulu.
Hey,
Lulu.
They have
Good evening.
They have jumped into the chat on Twitch to say hello. So what this guy was doing was he was cremating people for like way cheap, but he was stacking them deep and burning them cheap. So technically, you're only supposed to put one body in the
Right.
and they called it an oven, which is dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like one body.
For many reasons.
Yeah, it's like one body, one oven. And so he was cramming like 15, 20 people into an oven.
Yeah.
And just burning them down.
And then divvying up the ashes 15 ways.
Yeah.
Sure. You just fill up the.
And before then.
Fill up the urn.
Before then, hey, it's Sulu. The stream is going fairly well. I'm telling the lads kind of a side story here from this week. One of the characters in our group, Soren Lorenzen, the Dragonborn sorcerer right here, he literally, if they're in any kind of manor or any sort of structure, he will try to pull out the copper He's like a copper thief.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was telling him something that reminded me of him this week. So this guy was also taking the teeth that had like gold fillings
Whoa!
or silver fillings or gold teeth,
Oh,
and then he'd put
wow.
them all in a cup. He'd take them home, sit on the floor of his garage, and crack them with a hammer to get the metal out, and then just sort of brush the pieces away.
Whoa.
Lord, that's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's intense.
And that's just
Whoa,
a
that's
fraction of the bullshit this dude got up to. It is a
Oh, God.
3-part documentary. It is crazy.
And what's it called again?
It's called The
Wow.
Mortician. And at one
The
point, he's
Mortician.
like talking
Jesus.
about the family business, and he's like, "So yeah, I mean, what was I gonna do? I already knew how to embalm. I learned that from a trade guy when I was 12." And I was like, "The hell? No wonder
When I
you
was
turned
12.
out the way you did. You're 12 years
Exactly.
old and you learned to embalm a corpse."
I can watch it on YouTube, Hulu, Sling, Amazon Prime.
I watched it on
Okay.
HBO Max.
Yeah. Some of us can't afford that kind of.
No, that's fine. You know, so long as you see it though, it's good. I highly recommend it. Anyway,
Okay.
That
Hmm?
that reminds me of the show 6 Feet Under, a little bit. But I mean, there wasn't any shenanigans going on like that. But
so it
I
made
did
me
watch
it
that
made me
show.
think of you, Chris Head.
I'm not quite so desperate this time, but I am gonna, just for good measure, swipe the silverware.
It's not
because.
desperation for you. It's just your
I
morbid
know.
hobby.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, these adventures don't pay themselves.
That's
That's,
right.
I have two things, everybody out in the internet world that I go by is like, one, these adventures don't pay themselves, and two, I don't eat anything that wears pants. So there you go.
Yeah. Fair.
D&D lore right there. Can I eat anything that wears pants? Everything else is free game.
All right, so that is what you have found in that satchel. You have found a cloak and bracers that you don't know what they are yet, and you found what Cole believes to be a wand of conducting. By the way, Cole, that wand of conducting does not require attunement.
Okay.
Oh, that's
So
a big
we could
win.
just wait for an inopportune and just try it out then.
I
If you
expect
wanted
you to
to,
sing
yeah.
the Bippity Boppity Boo song.
Oh, great.
Please don't.
All right, so
I don't
Torque
want,
is
I don't
going to
want
Please don't.
stand
copyright
up.
strike in here. Huh?
Exactly.
Torque is going to stand up,
Okay.
and Torque is going to look at his friends and say, "We need Soren to tell us what this other stuff is. We better go check on him before he takes every spoon in the house." How bad does Stokel look?
Stokel doesn't look as bad as you, but he looks pretty bad.
All right, I'm going to slap Stokel on his shoulder and say, "Glad you're all right, buddy." And I'm going to heal him for 10.
Okay.
And
Thank you, sir.
I look over at Loomis, and I feel like Loomis looks okay.
Okay. Loomis has taken some hits, but it doesn't look like he's close to bleeding out or anything. He looks bad, but he doesn't look like he's at death's door or something.
Okay.
He lights his pipe, starts
Okay.
smoking.
And
'Cause
then
that's what they do.
I guess Torque is just going to heal himself for 10
All
as
right.
well.
All right. Torka heals himself
I'm putting it on right now.
via lay on hands, while
Mhm.
Loomis smokes his pipe. And not right now. Hey, it's Sulu, just because I'm trying to run the session right now. I don't really have time to run all through that, but thank you. All right, Soren, what are you doing inside there?
I am uh, checking the general's uh, body for any magical items or loot, to be honest.
You're checking out the general's body. All right, so
Respectfully, ish.
respectfully ish.
Exactly.
All right, so you do see where her plate mail has been sundered over the chest and the bloody wound in her chest that Torka struck her down with.
Mhm.
Other than that, you note that she's wearing some unique, notable boots. Her rapier is still intact, and she seems to have a bulging pouch that seems to be filled
Okay.
with items.
All right. All right. So, sorry, getting this down. Rapier and boots and pouch. All right. I will carefully take the uh, boots off and put them to the side, uh, and uh, and also the rapier, and I shall investigate the contents of the pouch.
All right, how do you go about investigating the contents of this pouch?
That's a good question.
Very
Um,
carefully.
yeah,
And
exactly.
and are you still invisible?
Uh, Actually, I don't think I was invisible. I can see invisible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gave up invisibility for a while ago, but I did. But I can see invisible things.
All right.
All right. So, uh, is there any other? Are there any other items that seem to be on her person?
No, the only thing that stand out to you were those boots, the rapier that she had, and this bulging pouch that feel it kind of clinks when you move it around, like things are clinking around together inside this pouch.
Okay. Um.
I already know what
All
you're
right.
thinking. No, it doesn't sound like platinum or gold or other metal coins. It sounds like almost like flasks tinking against one another.
Gotcha. All right. I will peek inside the pouch.
So you open the
Unless there's
pouch,
like some type. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
and inside the pouch you do see what appear to be three flasks made of a sturdy type of glass that
Okay.
do appear to have potions in them.
Righty. Okay. Cool. I will close the bag
Okay.
and and I will head down to head over to the balcony and say, hey, I've was able to find some things on the general's person. Um, and you guys want to come inside?
Yeah, let's go up, guys.
Yeah, Torka's gonna look around.
Okay.
He's gonna kind of look left and look right, and he's not proud of this, but Torka's gonna misty step up the ladder
Okay.
to the top because like Torka doesn't feel like he can hardly even climb.
No, that's fair.
Oh, just out of curiosity, I will check. I'll have Lunas uh, look directly at me and I'll say, hey, do you have any like bits of of uh, of the of that body blown apart on us that we need to like get off of us?
Yeah,
Lord
you've got some
Roval
on your
did-
helmet right there. I wasn't going to say anything, but
Everybody
Okay.
except Soren has a few of those little black globule chunks of Lord Roville on them.
Should we all just sit in a little circle here and knock off
I'll,
Nitpick.
I'll,
bits from each other.
I will. I'll do prestidigitation on all of you guys to try to clean off the nasty bits.
It will clean
And,
off the grime, but it won't clean off the taint.
The taint.
Is it Roville
Oh, you'll-
tanked?
Yes.
Rowville taint. All right. I guess that will. That I think that'll be good, and I will show the items that I've found.
Yeah. What did you
I
find?
guess I found a pair of boots and a rapier, which I think. Oh, you know what? I still
Diggity.
have a couple of daggers of hers that she threw at me. That I should check out as well.
You don't find those
so,
daggers.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Then I'll scratch those out.
You did find a rapier, though. The rapier and boots.
Cool. All right. May I check on these items? And Cole, do you want to check them too, along with me?
Sure.
So
Yeah.
when
Alright.
you say
Tell
check,
me what's in the pouch.
hang on,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
hang
Yeah.
on, hang on. Everybody, hold their damn horse,
Hang it on.
real quick. So Soren Lawrenson, I don't believe you have identify with your first level spells. In fact, the only first level spell you have is shield.
Yeah, I know.
So with an Arcana check, you'll be able to get a good idea if some of these may be enchanted, but you're not gonna know for sure what.
Okay. Oh, all right. Well, I guess I can sleep for the night and choose identify, for the next day's spells, and do something to that effect. Let's see. But yeah, I'll do Arcana check. Go ahead.
What's in the pouch?
Pouch has got 3 flasks in it. I'm assuming they're potions. And
They do appear to
Let-
be potions.
Let me see them.
all right, here you go.
Okay, cool.
I hand you the pouch.
Okay, Cole will try to see what the potions are.
So the way in 5th edition that you find out what a potion is you dip your thumb into it and then taste that. And then you just automatically know what the potion does. That's actually written in
Yeah.
the rules. All right, so
That's what I want to do.
these 3 potions, one of them is a potion of invisibility. One of them is a potion of speed. And one of them is a potion of supreme healing.
Cool.
I'll put that into the chat. As well as the wand, or what you believe is a wand of conducting.
One of them is a potion of instant death when you taste it on your tongue.
If that would have...
Stokel, you are now dead and dying.
I would not do that to Stokel. All right, so give me an Arcana check, Soren, to see if you can determine whether or not anything amongst all these found items could be magical.
Cool. Give me just 1 second.
Make the
let me
Arcana
get-
check. I didn't say wait a second. I said make an Arcana check. Damn it.
Okay, gotcha. All right, love you, kiddo.
I love you too, kiddo. Now make the damn Arcana check.
All right, here we go. Arcana check coming right up. Yeah.
You would totally kill him on a potion check.
Oh, Chris said yeah. All right, with a 20, you can definitely tell that rapier and the boots that you found and these bracers and this cloak all definitely have some sort of magic qualities to them. They are probably enchanted, but you cannot tell for sure if they are merely enchanted or if they're also cursed.
Mm.
Gotcha.
I would like to try and use my paladin divine sense to see how evil, or if any of them feel evil.
I don't think. Does your divine sense let you sense evil?
Uh,
It lets you detect certain types of creatures.
the
But
presence of strong evil registers on my senses like noxious odor.
okay,
Um,
yeah, with a use of your divine
and
sense,
powerful good rings like heavenly music in my ears.
you don't get any kind of powerful good, but you don't get any kind of evil from them. You get kind of a neutral feeling on this one, which is really just the smell of the flowers from the courtyard garden below, and
Okay,
also blasted stone and burnt wood.
but nothing's
Because
screaming at me,
no,
so I'm okay. I'm good with that. Thank you.
Um. Anybody good with a rapier?
I am.
Torka? Cool. Here. Why don't you take this sword and see how it feels?
So
Mm.
out of, I mean, in character slash out of character, we can only have 2 magic items each, correct?
you can have 3 magic items attuned at any time. There's no
Ooh.
limit to your whatever other magical items you can have. Like a lot
Does
of
that
like
change as we get stronger
no,
or level up?
no. A lot of your +1 weapons, for example, or +2, +3 weapons, don't require attunement. For example, same thing with like baseline enchanted armor. That's like plate mail +1 or +2 doesn't
Hmm.
necessarily have
Hmm.
attunement on it, unless it's doing other things besides being a +1 or +2. Um, so not every magic item requires attunement, but you can only ever have 3 magic items attuned at the same time
Okay.
if you have things that require attunement.
Okay.
Aside from that, you can have as many other things that don't require attunement as you can find or want or whatever.
Okay. So, like, my shield +1 does not necessarily require attunement,
Correct. Your shield +1 does not require attunement.
whereas my gauntlets of ogre strength do.
Yes.
Okay.
If you've not been keeping track of that, I can assist y'all with that later this week. I can go back through and do a magic item audit.
No, I always
Yeah.
thought that you could only have 2 attuned items,
No,
and so I have 2 items that are attuned to me, I
it's
believe.
it's 3. You can
Okay.
have 3
Yeah.
max at any time. So, what would you guys like to do? What else would you like to do?
Well,
Go
we need to
inside
Um.
search
and
this
search.
out. Yeah.
I didn't hear
Go
So
any of
ins-
that. I heard like 5 people speak at one time.
Go inside and
Gotcha.
search.
All right. So Loomis says go inside and search. Chris said, what were you saying?
I was going to have Cole hold on to the potions and the rapier
Okay.
for now,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I will hold on to the boots, and Torky, you want to hold on to the cloak?
I
I'm
can.
assuming.
I would like to, when I do see, I think when I see Loomis again, I'm going to give gauntlets to him. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you
Well, we
what.
can find out what they do.
How do we do
We
that?
when we well, when we sleep, I will get the identify spell. I just
Oh,
gotta
okay. Okay.
rearrange some
Okay.
things.
Okay. Then
That's
I'll
not
hold
much
on
like
to the
thing
gauntlets and I'll keep the bat fur cloak and the silver bracers with peregrine falcons right now.
Okay.
I don't want to use them,
It is
but I'll
not.
hold them.
It is not a sorcerer spell.
Identify isn't?
No.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I guess we will. I will just have to. I'll figure these out the old-fashioned way. Let me.
Yeah. Well,
You want me
we
to
could pay
put on the?
someone at some point.
I can put on the bracers and then see what they do, and put on the cloak and see what it does. One at a time. If you want me to do that real quick.
Let's search the house
I-
first.
Yeah, Loomis is
Okay,
looking
we'll
at
search the house.
these bookshelves right over here.
All right.
They look like bookshelves, anyways.
All right. Loomis is in the other room investigating bookshelves. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm heading
Uh,
in the house to start searching.
Yeah, can we just like broadly search the whole house? We need to move from room to room.
No. Why don't you all gather here at least?
all right, we'll gather here.
Or you don't all have to be on the same square. All right. So, what we're gonna say is that you guys, because you're so beaten up, you decide, maybe we'll stick together. Maybe we'll just go together as a group from room to room. Okay.
Cool.
So,
That sounds safe.
what we're
Searching
gonna
for secret doors and stuff and everything.
what we're gonna do is everyone, since you're all moving in a group and you're all searching the same rooms at the same time, give me an investigation check, but with advantage.
Let's see.
Just one investigation check.
No, you can all make
Oh, okay.
investigation checks.
And I'll keep my see invisible, going the entire time.
I think we all made one.
All right, so with advantage, Soren Lawrenson, you notice a couple of paintings over here on the wall that you didn't really have time to look at before because most of the times you've been in this room, you've been fighting.
Yes.
But you notice now, as you have time to move around, that two of these paintings appear to be noteworthy. This one right here, on the right side, is a painting of King Larinus. Old King Larinus, who the King's Road is named after, by the way, that runs through the Limetown / Tri-Town area and goes all the way to Summerhold or Summerlin to the Dawnhold to the east. He was the last king of Summerland, which is the nation that you're in, and he abdicated the throne, and it sparked off a civil war between the nobility and the working class, which Lord or King Larinus, now Lord Larinus, sided with the working class. He's almost like a George Washington type figure in Summerlin.
Gotcha.
So there's a fine painting of him, and as you look, Soren Lawrenson, for an artist's signature, you have a feeling. Is this an original Dalrymple? Could this be an original Dalrymple? By God, there's a signature, Haverod Dalrymple III. One of the masters from hundreds of years ago.
Cool.
Wow.
You would guess, Soren Lawrenson, this painting easily worth probably 25,000 gold.
Jesus.
Wow.
Or at least it will be, depending on the condition you can get it back to Dawnhold or Limetown.
Gotcha.
Who was the guy in it again?
Again,
George Washington.
The George Washington type?
It's in the
King
in the chat.
Larinus.
thank you.
King-
Cole was listening. King Larinus.
I was Larinus.
Who has the bag of holding?
You do.
So the painting itself is too large to get down the mouth or the opening of a bag of holding. you would think you're probably going to have to cut it out of the frame.
Well, I can remove it from the frame, which would probably be easier than taking a knife to it. Uh, uh, and in the other painting.
So the other
Is that one?
painting, not as noteworthy, but unique. We'll say it that way. So this is a reproduction of a famous painting, a more modern painting, and by modern I mean within the last 50 years, that you can find in many studies all across Summerland. It is a reproduction, though. You can tell it's a reproduction of the famous painting Kobolds playing poker. And you
I
would
may not know art, but
you would get
Eating kobolds.
you would guess it's probably worth about 500 gold.
okay.
It's not the original. It hasn't been. It's not a masterwork. It hadn't been done by, a master painter from previous centuries, but it's still pretty good. And you can tell that the Chihuahua, who is smoking a cigar, is cheating like a son of a bitch. Not a Chihuahua, but the kobold.
Yeah.
It
The-
looks like
the-
a chihuahua.
The
The
littlest,
skinny little one.
the
Yeah.
littlest kobold with the biggest teeth. All right. So,
And
That sounded like a Golden Book title.
Chris Head, tell us how Soren
Yes.
Lorentzen is planning to get the painting of King Larinus by Havarad Dalrymple III out of this frame.
by first looking at the back to see how it's attached, how the canvas is attached to the frame.
Loomis
And,
will assist him. Loomis will assist him.
Okay.
Okay. And trying to see how it's attached to it, seeing if it's held in place by brackets, um, screws, something to that nature.
So, as you examine the back of this painting to try to see how the painting is fixed to the frame, it does appear as if the canvas itself was glued to the frame.
Oh God. Oh no, that's not good.
Now,
we may
you've-
have to.
As
Go ahead.
as someone who is a noble and is used to seeing fine works of art, you would know that from around this time period in Summerlin history and art history, that a lot of times when these things were glued to frames, the part that was glued was not actually painted. So
Gotcha.
you would assume that, or the way that it worked was that they would glue the canvas. They would choose the frame first. Like a lot of times, they would be commissioned, and people would want specific frames, and they would go ahead and just glue the frame or glue the canvas to the back of the frame and paint it that way. And then that way, if they got any paint on the frame, like around the edges of the frame, they could always just dab that off.
Yeah. Whew. Okay.
So we'll
I think
have to cut it out, or we'll have to carry this big old picture wherever we're going.
So
I think we're going to carry this big old picture.
you would
Yeah,
think
go ahead.
you would think that if you got a dagger or something like that, it has the possibility of tearing the painting as you're trying to separate it from the frame. And so now you know that, for example, that high heat could maybe melt the glue.
Well, it's funny. I actually happen to have control flame.
I have firebolt. I cast
No, not
fireball.
firebolt. No, I have control flame, so I might be able to fine tune it. Let's see. Let's find my character sheet. Control flames. Just putting in the chat. 5 feet, one direction, provided that wood or other fuel is present. You instantly extinguish flames, double or halve the area of bright light and dim. Cast by the flame, change its color or both.
I don't really see that this
Simple
applies.
shape.
Because
Yeah,
number
no thanks,
one,
up, damn.
you can't actually see a non-magical flame anywhere in this room. There are 2 fireplaces in here, but they are not lit.
Oh, I mean, I just wonder if I could just light it with a firebolt. I mean, light the fire in the fireplace with a firebolt.
So, barring any kind of heating to try to melt the glue, you will have to take a dagger and work the canvas up from the glue around the edges. It's gonna take a really high dexterity roll on this one. Probably
I can do the surgery.
probably acrobatics.
Gotcha.
If you don't want to carry this whole
Cole?
thing on the have to carry
Yeah.
an entire giant painting back
Yeah.
with you to Limetown or to Crossington.
Loomis says, "Do you
Tell
want
what,
my help?"
Cole?
Yeah, Cole pulls his
I-
dagger out. Says, "I'll do the surgery. Either we
Hey,
can get this thing back with us, or we leave it here behind."
practice on the first practice on the 500 gold piece painting, and then
Okay.
then you may be better at it on the next one.
Or you may
That's a good idea.
you may just be good at the kobolds playing poker painting and then totally miff on the 25,000 gold painting.
That's right. Yeah, out of game. If I use up my good roll in the first one, I'm blaming you.
Oh, can I assist him? Can I assist him or Loomis assist him to help him improve his chances?
Anyone who is proficient in acrobatics can help him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not me.
Loomis, why he
That's
wanted to
not
help.
Oh,
He
Loomis
feel like, yeah,
can help then. Yay!
he
Loomis,
feels like he's
you're proficient in acrobatics?
yes.
Okay. All right, if Loomis is
Cole.
proficient in acrobatics, then Cole, you can make an acrobatics check with advantage.
Okay. Here's my practice round.
Now, Cole, you're proficient in
Well.
acrobatics, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you're making the check with advantage. So you're making it with a 30. You manage to get the kobolds playing poker out of its frame with no problem at all.
Okay. I'll move right on to the next one. Roll for that.
Yep. So with a 25, you are able to free this painting from the frame, but it takes you almost 2 hours.
Okay.
All the while Soren pacing across the floor, back and forth, saying supportive things like, "Don't ruin the Dalrymple."
Don't rip it.
I wear a hole right in the.
Whoa.
All right, while Soren's wearing holes, Torka, you also rolled very highly on your investigation check.
I did.
While they're doing all that business, you managed to find, back in this room, under the bed,
Okay.
what appears to be a locked footlocker. And it's very heavy.
So I'll kind of slide it out, and is there just like a lock on the front of it? What's the?
There is a single padlock. on this footlocker.
So I'm just gonna swing my war pick across it, just kind of grazing the, the whole. I guess all of the uh, metal that holds the lock together. I'm just gonna try and rip
Okay.
out that whole thing.
So you pull out this footlocker, you go at this padlock on the footlocker, and you trigger the arcane protective ward that you failed to see on that lock.
Sounds about right.
Taking 18 points of damage.
Okay. So Torko, I would assume, gets knocked back against the wall.
Yeah, Torka gets knocked back against the wall, probably breaking this wall, and also making a loud enough noise that you guys would have heard something that sounded like an explosion. Soren and Cole, give me Arcana checks.
Uh, on
Uh-oh.
check.
Soren, close some of
That's-
your windows.
I got max headroom over
Yeah,
here.
you're starting to go robot on us. You need more bandwidth, so close some of your windows. Only have Roll20 open right now. Is he there, Soren?
He max
Might have lost
headroom
him.
out.
He max headroom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't hear him at all. I think he's probably disconnected and he's doesn't realize it yet.
They should bring Max Headroom back and attach him to ChatGPT.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
We were talking to a ghost earlier, I believe, when we heard him go
I think you're right.
I did my Arcana check for what it's worth.
So, Cole, you would guess that some sort of arcane trap. So, Soren and Cole, just from the sound and the strength of the explosion and the sound of what happened, you would both guess that when Torka went into the other room to investigate around, see if he could find anything, that it triggered some sort of arcane ward that probably damaged Torka. For all you know, Torka may be dead.
You back, Chris?
Yeah, so cool.
No, he is no longer in the voice chat. There he is.
Well, Loomis is going to head that way, obviously.
Wait, you're helping me.
I thought we were
You
done.
said while this
No,
is.
I said while you guys were
It's
working
while
on
this
that,
is.
yeah. So while you
Hey,
guys are trying
Soren,
to separate
Soren,
them-
quit. Yeah, quit pacing and go check on Dorka. He must have set off some kind of ward, and I'm just gonna keep concentrating on the daggering.
Chris Ed. So he's back, but I don't think he's actually here.
I know what friends to call on when I'm in trouble.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
We
we
can.
can hear you now. Can you hear us?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you guys.
Okay, all right.
Ah, thank goodness. Yeah, sorry about that. I got booted off and then I couldn't get back on, so I had to try another way of trying to get on the interwebs again.
How many windows do you
All
have
right.
open other than your browser here? How many browser
I
windows do
only
you
have-
open?
I only have my character sheet, Discord, and the Annals of Levis.
Okay,
That's all I got.
okay.
Yeah.
Normally, when you start
I had
going
a Word
robot-y
doc.
like that, that's what causes it. Is like a bandwidth issue, or you have too many browser windows open that are pulling, that are all connected. As God knows what.
I had a Word document open to try to, take notes on, but that didn't, just to see if that might have been it. But I was like, I doubt it, but I'll try anything.
Word
So,
document quotations. Word doc.
oh, ha, 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 ha.
All right,
That's right.
so yeah,
So I just said, Soren, quit pacing and go check on Torka. It sounds like you set off some kind of ward in there.
Okay, I will go. I will go check. That
Me and
that
Loomis are
that about
still
clock.
working on the painting.
Yep.
all right. So you're
Oh
gonna want to move your token
no.
back over there to that doorway.
Yeah, I keep on trying to move coals, and I open up the door,
And you see
and
a bloodied, unconscious Torka slumped against the wall, clearly bleeding out.
Jesus. Okay, I stabilize him,
He's like, I
and
checked the chest. I
Yeah.
look for silver.
Give me a medical or a medicine check.
gotcha. Where's my character sheet? Yep, there it is. Okay, let's try medical medicine. Not my strongest suit.
So you rolled a natural one.
Oh shit.
Oh, great.
You accidentally step on Torka's leg and hear something crunch inside of it. Torka, you take one failed death saving throw.
Ah, with friends like these, who needs
Exactly.
enemas?
All right. I will give him a healing potion as soon as I find one. Let's see. There we go. I give Torka one healing potion, which I should have done in the first place.
Torka, you
All
have
right.
9 hit points. You are no longer dying, but you wake up seated against the wall. You feel like hammered shit.
And I'm like, oh, why does my leg hurt so badly?
You look like hammered shit.
Wow.
You know what's sad is that I rolled a 1 and a natural 20,
Yeah,
but unfortunately,
that is sad
unfortunately
for
you,
your
sir.
friend. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with his now broken leg.
So Soren,
Well, no, you're healed.
you
Yes,
see
I see it.
that there's a large chest here that Torka was pulling out from underneath the bed, and somehow activated that ward. There's a large, so the lock itself is no longer locked on the chest. As you're looking around for it, you see that the force of the arcane blast was such that it is currently pressed into Torka's chest.
The
Hawk?
The
That's
padlock.
that's hardcore.
Yeah,
the padlock.
yeah.
Does it appear cursed or
No, it just
dangerous?
looks like the force of it just kind of wedged it into Torka's torso.
Gotcha. Torka, you got a little something there.
If you'd
You want me
like
to
to
try
try
to-
to take it out, you can make a medicine check.
You want me to try to pull that that lock out of your chest?
Do you want Soren to try to remove that? Who just rolled a 1 on his medicine check? Do you want him to?
Dorcas shakes his head no and reaches into his belt and pulls out a little. He pulls out his old wrench and starts just doing it himself.
All right. Give me a medicine check, Torka. Torka, with an 11, you are able to get the padlock out of the shell part of your chest. Because, like there's like a shell on the back, but the bottom is also kind of a
Oh,
shell.
sure.
Yeah.
I got chest shell.
So you're able to get it out of there.
Does it clunk on the hardwood floor?
It does clunk on the hardwood floor, and you notice that it appears to be cracked over your chest, but you would think that it's probably something that will heal on itself. It's not torn asunder or anything horrible.
Hmm.
All right, Soren, you are back over here by this chest. Torka, would you like
Oh,
to
yes.
get up?
I'll give you a hand.
No, Torka's a little defeated right now. I think Torka's just going to say a few prayers as he watches his buddy. Who?
Is Torka like, I'm level 19, I know better? I should have looked at the lock.
No, actually, I don't think. I think I was destined for that sweet move, but I think Torka's just like, leave it to Soren to come in here, step on my leg, and take the
You're
spoils
unconscious
for
at the time.
himself. Yeah, no, I think he sees it in like a little vision.
You see the bloody boot.
Yeah, I think Torka's just going to stay where he is for a minute.
All right.
Stop helping me.
Mhm.
Soren,
Sorry.
Soren, what do you do?
Yes. I'll take a look in the chest.
Soren,
Unless I see an arcane aura still around it. Yeah, I guess
well,
I
give
should
me an
check that.
investigation check.
I will do so. Right. Investigation. Strong suit.
With a 9, looks clear.
All right. Cool. I will take a look.
So you lift the lid, and it's a mimic.
It's
Roll
a mimic.
for. No, I'm kidding. It's not a mimic. So you open this up, and you see that this chest is filled with platinum.
Oh, nice.
You've seen a lot of coins before. You would
Yeah.
guesstimate that there's probably at least 5,000 platinum in here,
Wow.
which in real people money is 50,000 gold.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
you also see what looks to be an old rolled up piece of parchment laying on top of the coins.
Gotcha. I will check the parchment.
So you
It's a
unroll it.
mimic.
So you unroll it. Yeah, it's a mimic. Roll for initiative. No, I'm kidding. So you unfurl this scroll and give it a gander. Soren,
Yes.
this scroll identifies the bearer of said scroll as the owner of Roville Manor.
Hey, Torka, we're not gonna burn the place. And this is the deed to the manor.
It also gives you ownership of Roville Tower, which is out there in the lake to the south.
Torka just starts laughing hysterically. His
fully
blood's running out of his chest and out of his mouth.
I fully expected you guys to burn this place to the ground without having found that deed. I was looking forward to telling you at the end of the session.
Well, wait, there's still time. In the other room, we finish up with the
Yeah,
painting. It's like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
we got it, Loomis. Go ahead, set
Light
the
her
fire.
up. Yeah, light her up.
Then suddenly Soren's like, I'm resistant to fire. Daffy ducks his way back inside.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah, you find about 5,000 plat, which is enough broken up between the four of you. That'd be 1,250 plat per person. Converted to gold, that'd be the equivalent of 12,500 gold for each person.
Excellent.
Wow. Okay, everybody write your own down. Don't miss out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I finally have some money now.
Suspending.
That's
money.
right. You were the.
All right, so Torka, Soren, you guys are one room. Cole, you and Loomis have just finished getting the painting out. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to laugh at Soren after he showed me that, and I'm going to say, I am not calling this damn place Soren Manor or Lawrenson Manor.
I gotta call it Torca Morca.
Yeah. And
Hey
we're
guys,
also
we're not burning down the place. We just got the deed to the place.
What? We have a home base?
From the other room, you're hearing, "Oh man."
you could call it the Heroes of Crossington Manor.
I like that. That sounds so good. I can't wait to see how Cole colors this here tale.
And I can't
Um,
wait to build an orphanage for the children and teach them the ways of Morden on the
I think
property.
Roville Tower would be perfect for that.
Hmm.
They can play around with the water and everything.
All right. So, what do you guys want to do?
Shall we go ahead and rifle through?
I mean,
this
we don't have
room?
to steal everything anymore because we own everything
You
now.
already made
That-
your 2 investigation checks. You have found everything of note that you're going to find here.
So
Oh, gotcha.
All right.
I would. Torka's limping his way in the back to hang out with everybody, and Torka's gonna bring up the point like, shouldn't we be trying to figure out where is there like some portal over here to get us?
No, it's the ring. The ring, actually, which I still have, which takes us over to. Hold on a second.
So how many of these guys do you think are left?
No, they're all dead.
Well,
You know,
they're
but
not all
anyways,
dead.
no, they're all dead. But the ring only takes us to Calpurnia's realm.
The
And
sepulcher.
The
and
sepulcher.
her sepulcher. Yeah. And
And the last
so-
time you were like, "Hey, Calpurnia, can we just come and visit you whenever we want?" And Calpurnia was kind of like, you know what? Let's not.
I'll
let's
call
just-
you.
Yeah, I'll call you. Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
So
I
where's your
kinda
father?
I kind of need a rest, guys. I don't know about you,
Yeah.
Oh, I have
but
a.
maybe we should figure out how to lock the doors and take a bit of a sleepy sleep.
We should
Yeah.
go find the kitchen too.
Yeah.
The larder.
That's on the first floor. You guys are on the second floor.
Plus,
Can we hire a
now that
staff?
we own the place, should we put these pictures back up?
Right. Quit pilfering the place.
I think we could.
No,
think-
we're gonna
I
need to
think
hire. We're gonna need to hire guards.
Well, you're gonna,
Okay, we'll
you're
sell
gonna,
the
you're gonna have
pictures
to
for that.
repair one of the master bedrooms because it was blown
Yeah,
apart
exactly.
by Lord.
Not
Rogan.
my room.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll need to sell those paintings.
Yeah, exactly. we need some workmen. Come fix up. the place.
Torka calls this
Carpenters.
room for his own. The one with the skinned wolf on the floor.
Oh, we should probably see if there's a stable the horses might need tending to.
Hey, 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 hey,
I don't
hey,
like
hey.
the way
We're
you
not
said-
all getting married here.
I don't like the way you
Let's,
said tending to. What does that mean?
They must be hungry.
The way you said it was unwholesome. They might have some horses that need tending to.
This isn't some 80s sitcom where we're
I
all like
highly
four
doubt
guys
the
living
owner-
together.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things come and knock on our door.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's I think Torka, I'll if you'd like, we can try to bury the remains of the general. Actually, we might.
Torky,
Tell you
you
the
just had
truth,
your
I think-
ass blown off.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
feel like
I'm
we
thinking-
should burn those remains.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. I think let's take the bodies out to the lawn, and I will.
Well, there's only
burn
one
remains.
body.
Well, there's hers,
Yeah,
and then there's the soldiers that were outside.
Oh,
No, they
well,
disappeared.
No, they didn't disappear. There was a lot of dead. We did say that. I just didn't want to put
Yeah.
tokens out for every dead soldier that was out here. But you guys did find that one guy was alive,
Yeah,
and you
we sent him packing.
Yeah, and,
and,
you told them to
but-
leave. And
Yeah,
But Loomis
I
makes a
agree.
very
Let's
good
say
point.
some prayers for the general and let's burn her body.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if she deserves prayers, but go ahead, Torka.
Nah, it's my way.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Torka will help carry her down, even though he's like 9 hit
We-
points, bleeding out everywhere.
We tried to bargain with her multiple times.
I
know,
agree. But she's dead now.
She's misguided.
Mhm.
And along with her soldiers that were out front. So we'll burn
Yeah,
all
let's
the bodies.
burn them too. I agree.
Yeah. And
Uh,
But
all these
away from the
control
house
panels-
that we now own. Like,
yes, exactly.
far away from the house we now own.
In a
We could
gravel
take him to
pit.
town and string him up.
No. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. We can't. We need to probably actually save her body and turn it into the um into
Constabulary.
no, not the constabulary. The
the Order Arcanum.
Oh, the Order of
oh, yeah,
Arcana.
or
Yeah.
Arcanum, because
Mm,
to
Good idea.
have proof of death. So we'll put her
Yeah.
put her body in the bag of holding.
Would a
But
head
we'll-
and a hand work?
We'll
Yeah.
just. I don't want to desecrate like that, but
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But we'll
From the
go ahead and
paladin,
put it
that's
in-
fair.
Yeah, we'll put it in the
Can
the
we
bag
just
of
take her
holding.
head? Says the paladin.
Yeah. I'll wear it on my belt.
Oh God. Oh Lord.
But I wouldn't say that because I'm a paladin.
What was it? What are the evil paladins into the Fiend Folio? Death Paladin or something? Death Knight. Yeah, he
Anti-paladin.
becomes a Death Knight, anti-paladin.
All right,
Yeah.
so what I'm hearing is you want to gather these dozens of bodies and the general, but no, you're gonna keep the general separate because you're not burying her.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
we're
gonna
gonna
take
put her in
her.
a bag of holding.
All right, so but
And
the
we're
other
gonna
ones
burn
you're
the
gonna
bodies
you're
of
just
the
gonna
others,
put on
yeah.
a giant funeral pyre.
Exactly.
Um.
And say prayers and
Okay.
Lord, and
All right.
guide their misguided souls.
That's going to take you, I'm going to say, since you said that you wanted to do it away from the house or away from the manor that you now own, that's going to take you about 8 hours to pull off.
Okay.
To find a suitable spot out in the forest that's further enough away from
Yeah.
everything that it's not going to cause a forest fire or have any chance of damaging the manor more than it already is. I'm going to say it's going to take you guys about 8 hours.
Sounds fair.
All right.
We don't need a bunch of forest animals dying.
So, by the time that's all done, you're able, we'll say it's about 8 o'clock at night when you guys finally stop. You're able to find food on the first floor in the kitchens and
Cool.
make some hearty soup. And there's some hard breads in there that you can use, to like dip into your soup and make it even more savory. And there is a couple of haunches of meat that you roast down there, mutton. So we got bones
Nice.
coming your way, Torka.
Yum.
Hard bread for dipping, exactly. And so we'll
Nice.
say it takes you guys probably an hour to fix dinner. Well, it's you guys, probably 2 hours to fix dinner. And then by the time you're done, it's done eating. It's close to about 10 o'clock. So you can, if you want to, go ahead and bed down for the night. You have now on the second floor. You do have 2 master bedrooms up front, 1 in the back, and then all these 3 additional servants' quarters rooms over here on the east or west side. Pardon me.
Yeah, I'll just
Um,
room over here, guys.
What's this thing?
That is
that
that's a washroom.
Oh, okay. Torka's gonna claim this room for himself.
It's a washroom, and it's next to. It's got a couple of what look to be latrines here. There's a latrine
Actually,
there. And...
Torka's not. Torka's gonna claim this room for himself.
Okay.
The room where where he almost died.
This didn't like rupture any of the walls or anything. It just blew you up against it. Now there's wall damage here on this section from where you hit the wall. That'll have to be repaired, but the room itself is still structurally sound.
And he's got a little patio here, right?
Yeah, there's a little patio out there if you want to go and smoke your pipe and look at the
Yep.
birds. And
Yep. So he'll have a smoke, and then he'll come back in, take himself a bath, and get
yeah,
himself to bed.
yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Loomis, you're claiming this room up here.
Yeah.
All
With
right.
the wolf.
Soren Lawrenson, what are you doing?
I don't know. Where's Cole again? Cole, where are you staying?
Cole is over here
I
in one of the
claimed the
servants'
room.
rooms.
Okay. All right. Cool. I will claim the room right next to him.
There's a swank ass room over here.
I know, but I think we should be somewhat close to one another, to be honest.
Probably right. Probably right.
Oh,
You know, I would say that
Oh.
all of us should stay in this room right here, but
Like the Three
I know you
Stooges or
guys-
the Four Stooges?
yeah,
That's how
exactly.
you guys originally slept. Remember back in the days when y'all first
Oh,
started
yeah.
and you were at that one inn at
Oh, yeah.
Liontown? You guys are all sleeping in the same bed.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
too
You
scared.
know what? You know, we don't know. It's like it was the rooms aren't cheap, and so it's just like
And we were scared.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
All right, so let's
The first night. Yeah, maybe the first
Yeah,
night.
there's
I'll
a big
sleep
hole
over
in the
here,
house.
too.
It's not like we could lock the door.
Yeah, I'll take one of these beds too the first night.
So,
But I make it clear to everyone that this is Torka's room.
And we should like put a
Okay.
chair. We should put a chair up against this hallway door. You
Uh,
know,
Cole was
or
right.
barricade it.
Cole will write his name on the door of the broken room, the one with the massive hole in the wall.
Okay.
Once we get it repaired, I want that room.
Soren, you would
Yeah.
think that if you were able to get these items that you have found over to Arcadium, which is where the Order Arcana's college is, that you would
Yeah.
probably be able to have Professor Hovenwaltz or somebody identify those items.
Oh, good. That'd be the plan.
So,
all right, let's rest.
so we are done for this session. We have already, it's 20 minutes away from 10, but really we've done everything that we need to do. So, the good news is that you guys level up.
20.
So you're going to go from level 19 to level 20.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Now, the bad news is
Oof.
we're at endgame and we have maybe 2, maybe 3 sessions left.
Then what do you do after
we get
that?
a
Start
full
Loaded.
over?
rest?
No, after that,
We
then we take a pause while I get ready to run Star Wars at some point.
Gotcha.
But-
Do
but
we
the other-
take the effects of a full
Huh?
rest? Or do
Yeah,
we take the
yeah.
effects of full rest? Take a
Yeah,
long
so-
rest. I mean,
Yeah, so you'll get a long rest for the whole night. You get the level up. So all of your level 20 stuff will be in effect, when you wake up. What else?
What do you think the percentage of people that play D&D that get to level 20 is?
It's actually very low.
Oh, I would think
Yeah.
so.
In fact, it's so low that that's why when they made 5th edition, they really made high-level play kind of an afterthought. Like anything above like level 17, they were like, hardly anybody's even going to play this. Let's just phone this in.
I really just want to sit here for a second and just put that out there. Like, we've been playing this game now for what, 4.5 years?
Something like that, yeah. And
Oh,
when
yeah.
the first group, the one that still goes on Monday nights, that's on their second campaign. They're almost done with their second campaign, but their first campaign, that was the first 5th edition campaign I did, and theirs lasted 5 years.
I mean, we're close to that
Yeah.
for this campaign. I mean, seriously, I would think. I mean, it's got to be less than. I mean, way less than 1% of people get a level 20.
So, what will most likely happen next session will be you guys going off to Arcadium and maybe Limetown to see about selling that painting that you guys looted out of your own place.
Mm-hmm.
And also,
Turning in the body. as
yeah,
well.
also turning in the general's body to the. You would think probably you could do that at the in Arcadium to Professor Hovenwaltz.
Yep,
Um,
definitely.
because you know that he's able to get a hold of Deriza, the head of the Order Arcanum, whenever he needs to, more or less. Um, and then you'll have one last opportunity to hit up, look shop for some magic stuff,
Cool.
replenish your potions, do whatever you need to do before who knows what's going to happen.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, exactly.
I now have 4 attacks. I just did the character mancer.
So when that means that whenever
Jeez.
Loomis takes the attack action and then triggers an action surge, he'll have 8 total attacks now he'll make in the rounds that
Crazy.
he does that. But I think he can still only do that twice.
That is correct.
So when Loomis attacks, that's a good time to go take a bio,
Yeah, pretty much.
go grab a drink, call Gammy,
Yeah, pretty much.
write some correspondence. It's going to be a while.
In hindsight, it was a good
Love it.
decision for a novice.
Oh,
Pretty
no.
easy to play.
Battlemaster Fighter it's a great starter class. It's one of the stronger classes in the game. If you play it long enough for it to come online, which it usually does around like level 16, level 17, as soon as you're able to get, when you start swinging 6 times in combat, you start to feel pretty mighty. Up until then, you can still whiff a lot, and you're like, well, that was kind of pointless. But yeah, once you finally get to big boy level, you're kind of a terror. Because by then, your proficiency bonus goes up to like I think a 7 or a 6. That's on top of whatever your attribute is.
Yeah, it's 6 as proficiency bonus.
You know,
Armor
so-
class is 17.
Mhm. Well, that depends on what armor you're wearing. That doesn't depend on your level.
It would be nice to get another piece of. Get that thing to 18.
Anyway, that's stuff for next week.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
Thanks,
So,
Trey.
You're welcome. We'll pick back up next Tuesday, and then we will see what happens.
Sounds cool.
Thank you, Trey.
Thank
Well,
I
you-
will be in Colorado on vacation. However, I'm going to take the D&D laptop. I'll be an hour behind. I don't see why I can't join. The women will probably have their face in their phones. So,
That's fine.
Cool.
If they pipe up, just say, "Hey, keep it down. I'm playing D&D."
yeah.
Yep.
It's
Pipe
D&D.
down.
We'll be playing in 3 time zones.
So, no, I guess that's it. I didn't have anything else. We will see y'all
Alright.
back here
Cool.
next Tuesday.
All right.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right, good
I'm
night, everybody.
tattooing level 20 on my wiener this week. That's badass.
All right, so say goodnight to everybody in chat. Say
Good night, everybody in
everybody
chat.
that's gonna watch
Bye-bye.
us on YouTube.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.